Okay, from coach to club owner. If you like sports, health, fitness, coach or creator, you're absolutely going to love this video because it was I was looking for when I first got started. So just some proof that this is actually working. I basically personally co-own and operate the largest cycling club in the world focused on longevity. This is like 100% practice, 0% bullshit. So let's dive in. So why is this important and why I'm making this video? Like two reasons. First of all, it would be like really selfish from us of like figuring this out of like the last 3 years, not sharing it with others because I know other people are struggling like we have been struggling and just like want to share it to help others. And also basically if you just like adapt the stuff, you basically can help more people. And that's basically also like we can have more impact and impact more people in the positive way because it's actually what we're actually showing up for is like sports, health and fitness creators. We're actually doing this to help people get to the next level while still like making money for ourselves, but at the same time we want to help and empower people. And yeah, it gets harder and harder and people are struggling with. So most people are still like stuck in the mainstream models, and that's also like what we have been trying and basically what we have been doing before we went into this. Just some reference, our business partner, Scott, before we were doing the entire club stuff, he basically kicked off with like selling simple trading plans on Trading Peaks. So maybe that's you right now. It's like really difficult because you need to get a lot of traffic, a lot of eyeballs on it, and it's also like difficult to convert because people don't like really see the value of it. It's like hard to explain, and then you also only make like a few sales, make like let's say 1 to 2K a month, and then it's like really difficult and you don't know how to go from there. That's where we have been, and it's maybe where you are right now. Then like with courses, we all know the game, so like it comes from the internet bubble space with like people selling dropshipping courses, social media marketing agency stuff. You know it, so to say, and then some people adapted it to the health, sports, fitness space. We also tried that, but then it becomes really difficult because then, okay, you have to keep the flow going. When you launch, you have a revenue bump, but then, okay, how do you go from there? You have to do like complex funnels, like a bunch of crazy bullshit from like webinars, and that's not what we're showing up here for. We want to help people and we will not want to spend all day building some crazy funnel network that basically just like, blows up and then we just like spend more time actually building funnels than like helping people. And also that gets more difficult because people are already burned. So you have not noticed it, it's like there's a trust recession. And also, if you look at it like from the bird's eye, it's not that easy as it has been in the past before. So if you're like still stuck selling a course, it's also like exactly for you. And I'm going to show you how to turn this around, how we have done it. And then what most people do is like coaching. So they're like one-on-one coaching. Scott has done this before and actually has like taken him to like close to 10K months. But this is like becomes a kind of treadmill and a race where you just like, you get more clients, but then you have to like put in more hours. And at the same time, you have to fulfill more and then you spend more time getting the clients because you want to scale and basically taking care of the client. Then people like drop off and just like spin this wheel of like 5, 6, 7, 8K, maybe like 10K a month, and you're working all the time. And if you would stop, just like everything would blow up, and it's more like a golden cage than basically a real business that's thriving and fulfilling where you can scale with a team. So we have been through all of that. So I think at this point you find yourself in like one of these, or basically in maybe you're doing 2 of them, or maybe even like all. And you're just like looking for a better model. That's exactly what we have done back then, because just like we're looking, okay, what can we do to just like get everything to the next level, because we don't want to spend doing this, and it just can't be it, so to say. And what we basically have done, we just like looked at everything. So not only like the online marketing space, and we also looked at classic models, so like local gyms, health clubs, fitness clubs, and we just thought, okay, how can we adapt the model they are running, and they've already basically been proving it's like $1 billion industry to what we're doing here online. And then it clicked for us. And we not reinvented anything new here. The only thing we basically have done, we just like restructured all of this. So basically just like taking the best components from here, adapted into a new model, punched everything together, and now it's like working extremely smooth for us and generating around like 100 to 150K a month consistently, and not just like want to show you how to do it, and then you basically can adapt it for yourself. So pretty straightforward. In the end, you have your audience, and you not have to make a decision where you point them to. And if you're running like the old models, then it's like, okay, do point them to a trading plan, to a course, to a coaching, really confusing. And we just are looking for a way where we just like point them all to the same entry point, and then we just like can take it from there like an ascension ladder. That's how you can imagine it. So we basically went with, okay, we're taking our audience and we're pointing it towards our club, which since we hosted on Skool, it was like the #1 Skool community by far in the sports category. And how we've done this is also taking us a long time to figure out, but we want to make it as easy as possible for people to join. And that's why we basically have here, we have a free trial for 7 days. And it's extremely easy to get people into the club like that. And then the actual product can do the selling. And what we do, we basically just like implement what you already got or what you already produced, because at this point you have been doing stuff, into your base program. And it becomes like a mixture out of like training plan, where you have like your base program in this instance, and also like a course, so to say. So you can think about like the hybrid out of like training plan, course, and membership business. And it's a monthly subscription people sign up for. We have it at 99 a month, and then we have a caveat in there that basically people can upgrade for $595 a year. Then get 50% discount, and a lot of people take that, which is awesome. And it just like gives us a base that we just like already make recurring revenue every single month. And at the same time, we have like the upgrade, and this already takes us to a smooth, in our instance, around 40K a month. And the only thing we basically do is just like we promote our trial. So we don't have to try to sell trading plans up front. We don't have to try a fancy webinar thing to sell a course or a fancy VSL thing, or we don't have to book calls for coaching just yet, so to say. So we point everything to trial into the base, and then it's awesome. What you have to understand at this point, you need multiple tiers. So it's not that easy anymore to just like have one thing and then basically just like people buy it and then you like profitable, you make a lot of money. This is becoming more difficult. So you need like a product suite, because customer acquisition cost is rising and it gets more and more difficult. So now you basically have done the hard part with like getting people into your base offer. And what you're doing now, you're just like ascending them from there into like different tiers. And that's where the magic actually happens. Because some of the people who joined here have like the training plan, the base program, and the course material. Now going to say, okay, I need more help. And that's where you can really easily upsell them into a higher tier, which is like a coaching package. And you also don't have to do this yourself. You basically just like take another coach, hire them, and basically you just like, because you now own the environment, upsell them into we call it elite tier, and you can do the same. And it's basically just a coaching package for like 2K for like 6 months. And then basically people should pay like both, because we still let them pay the base as like a fundament. We should also sprinkle in some tools here, which is awesome. So now we're already making like way more per customer. So usually how this goes, and just like draw this down. Let's say you get 100 people into your base. Then basically from this like 20%, 20 people, usually that's our numbers, buy the lead, so to say. And then of that, there's like always some people who really want access to you. And through building this entire club, you anchor yourself as an authority, because we, in this instance, we have 1,000 people in our cycling club and around like 200 people in our lead offer. And this anchors Scott, the creator, as an authority. So people now want to work with them, and the people who got the money want to pay it. So you basically can make a high tier offer where you basically sell your time one-on-one, like you've done here before, but now at a way higher price. In our instance, it's like 10K for 6 months, so to say. And then like again, of this basically around 20% buy basically. So you get like another 4 here, so to say. And if you look at that, through doing that, you just like tripled your business. Because if you would only do this, you would make like maybe like 30K a month. If you do these two, then you're basically already at 60. And if you do all of them, in the end, you're basically at 90. And that's like the cool thing, because the elite and the VIP have no new customer acquisition cost. You already have them in the ecosystem. They already know, like, and trust you, and you don't have to do any fancy selling, because they basically just like now want to buy, and it's easy. They're buying, you're not selling, which is like an awesome thing to like owning this club environment. And then we have some caveats, which basically just like an in real life experience. For us, it's like cycling camps, so to say. For you, it might be something else. Just like selling a high ticket to just like meet up with 15 to 20 people at a time in real life. And you can basically per event make another like 30 to 40K, which is awesome. And then you can make affiliate deals. And that's really cool, because now, instead of basically just like pushing that hard and basically just like pointing your audience to all this crazy stuff, you basically just like have an ecosystem that works for you, and also compound kicks in over time. Because here it basically feels like, we have been through it, like you're starting every month at 0, and here it's more like, okay, it's really compounding, and you get better and better, and basically the more people you put into the trial, the more people come out of the base and the lead and VIP. And this is actually proven. It's like the business model we run day by day. That's what I'm saying here. This is like no bullshit, so to say. And if we look at it like from the bird's eye, I have drawn these graphs. That's basically what you need to understand. If you launch this, it's kind of a trap, because usually in the beginning, if you look at that, it's like there's a spike, so it goes up pretty fast, so to say. Doesn't matter what it is, because you already have an audience built and they just like jump on it. But then it becomes really difficult to scale, basically. So it's usually like you see a spike and then just like plateaus and you can't break through it. So if you're doing any of this, you're like used to it. You started, you got really excited, you made some money, and now you're just like fading away every month and just like kind of the same, and you hate it, so to say. And here you have a compound vehicle. So a little more work in the beginning, because you have to set up your entire club ecosystem. But once you've done that, it goes like pretty, so here's like a little more work, but once you've done that, it goes like pretty steep up, because you can say, okay, just like launching one after the other, so integrating the lead, the VIP, and then also the IRL and the affiliate stuff, so to say. And then basically from here, you basically have like steady growth, so to say, and it's way more easy and cool business to run, because you have like 2 really exciting and important things in here that you don't have in here. And first of all, you basically have a community, and the second of all, basically you then can afford to hire and have a team. So what I mean by that, community just like means we hold this on Skool, where we basically have like the community, so we bring a lot of people together around the same passion. And now it's not only about you anymore, so it makes support way easier, because people engage with each other, they answer their questions for each other, and also like they make friends, which basically is good for retention, also ascension. So a lot of the selling process is like done by the people, it's like creating the snowball downhill effect, so we experienced this. And at the same time, you can now, because you have predictability every single month, afford to hire a team to help you with that. And that basically means you can also like plan ahead, so you can like schedule your content ahead for like, let's say 30 days, and then basically also have like a team helping you with this in regards to like the content stuff and the club stuff. And the cool thing about that is then you have like predictability, and you actually go from kind of somebody chasing people here to become an actual club owner, an actual business owner. And that's what you sign up for, help more people get everything to the next level, and basically, reach the goal and basically cruise around like 100K a month, where we are right now, basically, while basically making impact and helping people, because that's what it's all about in like the most pleasant way, so to say. So as I said, we haven't invented anything new here, we just like restructured it. What we modeled, what works in the real world with like gyms and sports health fitness clubs. In the digital world, it works awesome for us. And what I want to offer you, because I really want to help you implement this as well, is like a club game plan call. So what we do on this call, pretty straightforward. We just like sit down on Zoom, and we just like map all of this for you. So basically how your base offer would look like, how a lead offer would look like, VIP, and also how this could look like for you. And then in the end, you basically can make a simple decision if you want to basically build this with us, or if you want to do this on your own. So in any way, I would really highly recommend you structure your business that way, because it's just like way more pleasant, and you're going to make more money while helping way more people. If you do it with us or not, you have to make the decision. If you basically just like want to license all the material and have the fast track, or basically just like figure everything out on your own. But in any way, if you book the club game plan call, you're going to walk away with a absolute clarity where this is like the future and where you have to approach that way. So if you look in the future, 5 or 10 years from now, there's going to be like 2 groups of fitness entrepreneurs. The people still struggling here, and they're going to die out one by one, because it burns you out. And I think you realize this at this point. It's not fun, and it's not what you signed up for, and it's also not what helps the most people, and it's also not sustainable, because it's just like a hamster wheel you're running in. So, and you notice I'm passionate about this, but we lived through all of this. That's why I'm passionate about it. And that's like kind of the future. So book your call. Really happy to meet you. And then we take it from there, and let's see how far we can take it with your club. See you in the call.